While the modern climber constantly calculates what lies they must tell to survive the next 10 minutes, a 17th century samurai stood calmly in the freezing rain of Sekigahara, knowing that a single broken promise would destroy his bloodline faster than any sword. They did not negotiate with their own standards. They died for them. You have been lied to, told that success belongs to the most ruthless manipulator or the most naturally gifted prodigy. The ancient masters knew a far deeper, far more terrifying truth. True, unstoppable power does not come from talent, nor does it come from clever strategy. It comes from gi, the absolute, unwavering pillar of integrity that anchors the Bushido code. To the samurai, integrity was not a soft moral guideline or a polite suggestion for peaceful times. It was a weapon of absolute conquest. Today, you will master this forgotten principle, rebuilding your shattered discipline from the bedrock up, transforming your word into an unyielding law that forces both your enemies and your own weakness to submit. Let us journey back to the year 1600, amidst the damp valleys of central Japan. For over 150 years, the land had known nothing but the scream of war horns, the smell of ash, and the cold glint of unsheathed steel. In this brutal theater of survival, loyalty was a commodity with a rapidly expiring shelf life. Warlords changed sides before the sun could cross the sky, selling out their allies for a few extra acres of rice fields or a stronger fortress. Yet Tokugawa Ieyasu built a legacy on a completely different foundation. Let us look at his alliance with Oda Nobunaga. This was not a partnership of equals. Nobunaga was a fierce, unpredictable force of nature who frequently made demands that pushed Ieyasu's resources to the absolute limit. At one point, to prove his loyalty during a political crisis, Ieyasu was forced to make the ultimate domestic sacrifice, a choice that would have broken any ordinary leader's resolve. Yet he did not break his word. He understood that a reputation for absolute dependability was more valuable than 10,000 mercenaries. When the dust settled at the monumental Battle of Sekigahara, where over 160,000 warriors clashed in the morning fog, it was this reputation that decided the fate of the nation. Entire divisions of the opposing army, led by generals who had secretly negotiated with Ieyasu, stood motionless or actively turned their weapons against their own ranks. Why did they trust Ieyasu's secret promises of post-war safety? Because they knew his word was an unshakable mountain. The age of warring states ended not because one man had sharper swords, but because one man possessed the moral gravity to hold a fractured nation together. This matches the eternal wisdom of Sun Tzu in The Art of War, where he outlines the 5 constant factors of strategy, placing the moral law at the very absolute pinnacle, above terrain, weather, command, and doctrine. Sun Tzu wrote, "The moral law causes the people to be in complete accord with their ruler, so that they will follow him on to death, undismayed by any danger." What is this moral law in your daily life? It is the absolute alignment between your inner compass and your outer actions. It is the elimination of the gap between what you believe to be right and what you actually do. When this alignment is broken, you are a general whose troops refuse to march. Your own habits, your own focus, and your own energy will mutiny against you. Today, we live in a culture that treats commitments as temporary arrangements, valid only until a more comfortable option appears. We have traded the ironclad resolve of the warrior for the slippery convenience of the coward. But this modern decay is your greatest opportunity. When everyone around you is drifting in a sea of compromise, the man of absolute integrity stands out like a massive stone tower in a shifting desert. Look closely at your own life. Where is your greatest weakness hiding? It is not in your lack of hours in the day. It is not in your lack of resources, nor is it in some imaginary lack of talent. Let us stop pretending. Your real struggle is the silent, daily betrayal of your own promises. You tell yourself you will wake up at 5 in the morning, but you hit snooze. You promise yourself you will work on your vision, but you drift into digital distraction. You swear you will speak the truth, but you offer a cowardly half-truth to avoid a moment of social discomfort. Your current weakness isn't a lack of talent, it is the silent decay of your own word. What does this constant self-betrayal do to your mind? It completely guts your personal power. Every single time you break a promise to yourself, your subconscious mind notes down that you are a liar. Your confidence evaporates because you literally cannot trust the person staring back at you in the mirror. When was the last time you kept a promise to yourself when nobody was watching? Without that inner trust, you become weak, hesitant, and easily swayed by the opinions of others. You become a leaf blown by the wind, desperately seeking approval from a world that does not care about you. Now, imagine the transformation when you adopt the warrior's concept of gi. Imagine a life where your word is absolute law. When you say you will do something, it is as good as done. The universe itself seems to bend to your will because you have eliminated the gap between your intent and your action. This is the secret of the legendary leaders of history. They did not have better luck, they had better alignment. They knew that a man who can trust himself can conquer anything. When you speak, people do not just hear words, they feel the immense weight of an unbroken character behind them. You become an anchor in a chaotic world. To forge this level of integrity, you cannot rely on vague promises or emotional outbursts of willpower. You need a systematic, daily training regimen. Just as a young samurai practiced his sword cuts 10,000 times in the freezing dawn. Here are 3 ancient practices adapted for your modern battlefield. First, you must establish the midnight audit of gi. Every single evening, exactly 15 minutes before you close your eyes, you will sit in absolute silence. You will mentally review every single word you spoke that day. Did you exaggerate a story to make yourself look better? Did you promise a task to a colleague that you had no intention of prioritizing? Did you compromise your standards to please someone else? You will write down these minor betrayals on a physical sheet of paper. Do not make excuses. Do not rationalize. Name the compromise clearly. This practice shines a burning light into the dark corners of your daily behavior, making it impossible for your ego to hide its weakness. Second, you will execute the covenant of the unsheathed blade. In ancient Japan, drawing a katana was a serious matter. Once unsheathed, it could not return to its scabbard without drawing blood. You will apply this same gravity to your commitments. Choose one single task each morning, just one, and declare it your unsheathed blade. It could be writing 1 page, running 3 miles, or completing a difficult conversation. Under no circumstances can you sleep until this task is complete. Rain, fatigue, or unexpected disruptions do not matter. The blade must draw blood. By completing this single covenant every day for 30 days, you reprogram your subconscious mind to understand that your word is a non-negotiable force of nature. Third, you must practice the silent boundary. Modern society demands that you have an opinion on everything and that you constantly agree to things you despise just to keep the peace. From this moment on, when you are asked to make a commitment or state a belief where your integrity is tested, you will remain completely silent for 5 full seconds before speaking. This pause is your shield. It breaks the automatic reaction to please others. In that silence, ask yourself, does my response reflect my inner truth, or am I wearing a mask? If it is a mask, you will refuse. A simple, polite no, delivered with quiet confidence, is 1,000 times more honorable than a dishonest yes that rots your soul from the inside out. This journey is not about self-improvement. It is about a fundamental death and rebirth. You are shedding the skin of the drifter, the weak, reactive individual who is constantly blown about by the winds of convenience and social approval. You are stepping into the identity of the sovereign warrior. You are becoming an anchor. Think of a massive oak tree standing on a windswept cliff. The storms howl around it, the rain beats against its bark, and the lesser shrubs are torn out by their roots and scattered into the abyss. But the oak remains. Its roots run deep into the bedrock of the earth, holding fast through sheer silent strength. Your integrity is those roots. When you commit to gi, you are deciding that your life will not be defined by what is easy, but by what is right. You are becoming a person who can be trusted with immense responsibility, a person who can protect others because you have first mastered yourself. The path of the warrior is lonely, and it is incredibly demanding. The world will constantly test your resolve, offering you quick shortcuts and easy escapes. But you now possess the lethal secret of Bushido. You know that true power is not grabbed, it is cultivated through absolute, unwavering integrity. Carry this truth into your daily battles. Let your word be your shield and your character be your sword. But remember, The depth of the warrior mind goes far beyond even the boundaries of integrity. There is an even deeper, more dangerous trap that awaits those who conquer their own word, a hidden vulnerability that has brought down the greatest empires and the most disciplined masters when they least expected it. You must prepare for it before it finds you.